What's the deal? What's the deal? Make sure hitting that like button when y'all come up in here. Already. What's good? What's good? What's good? Make sure hitting that like button. Already. 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 What's good? What's good? What's good? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey man, hey, you already know. You already know what's going down in Orlando, man. You already know what's going down. You already know. Hey, we ain't talking about that right now. We ain't talking about that. Hey, man, we gonna fly on the radar. Hey, the Magic gonna fly on the radar. Everybody was hating on my boy Paulo, but hey, he been balling really since January got here. But hey, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We gonna talk about these good old Texans, baby. Appreciate the shout out. Make sure I'm gonna let some of y'all get up in here real quick. But appreciate the shout out. What's good with you? What's good? Okay, carry on. Hey, hey, man. Say, bro. We gonna talk about that too. Brandon, we gonna talk about that because we gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about that a little bit later on. I'm gonna talk about some of these free agency moves first, but we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about them for a little smidget. You know what I'm saying? They want a little attention. We'll give them a little drip of attention. You know what I'm saying? They want a little drip, a little drippity drop. You know what I'm saying? We give them a little drippity drop. It won't flop. But you know what I'm saying? We gonna get into it, man. Already. What's up, YouTube? Boy, back once again with another sports topic, and today we're gonna talk some football, Houston Texans football. You already know what it is, man. So the first week of free agency is in the books. We're about to enter week two. Tomorrow will be the start of week two of free agency. So a lot of the big names are off the board. We didn't see trades. We didn't see K9 go to Kansas City. We didn't see Mike Evans go to the 49ers. We didn't see people like Michael Pittman get traded to Pittsburgh and stuff like that. We've seen all different type of moves. We want to talk about exactly what the Texans did for agency. So before free agency officially started, what the Texans did that they re-signed Ed Ingram, somebody that a lot of Texan fans didn't think the Texans were going to be able to re-sign. They would get him for a good cheap deal, 3 years, $37.5 million off a 3-year deal. At him be able to stay there at the right guard was crucial. Again, wasn't all that great at pass blocking, but was a absolute beast when it came to run blocking. Told y'all this last week, especially when you went out there and you signed somebody like Montgomery or trade for Montgomery rather to be your running back. We're focused on trying to run the football, and we need those road graders. We need those maulers at the offensive line to go up there and be able to open up those running lanes for our running back, specifically when we're talking about somebody like David Montgomery, even a Woody Marks or George George or whoever else they decide to add via free agency draft, whatever, then we're going to be able to have run blocking has to be better because getting fixing the running back issue was a big move. But also, more importantly, you got to be able to get that protection and be able to get that blocking because again, no matter how great the running back is, if we can't block for him, so we definitely need to get that going on. So I'm gonna talk about the quote unquote, I guess, the star of the show of the signings. I'm gonna leave that for a little minute because I want to talk about some other signings. So they end up signing Braden Smith, right tackle from Indianapolis. They signed him to a 2-year deal. Again, somebody else that we need. We needed help on the offensive line. Especially since you trade away Tunson. Now remember, we brought back Trent Brown. We re-signed Trent Brown a week ago, but before free agency started, right after we traded away Tyus Howard. But again, like everybody keep on saying, Trent Brown does not stay healthy. Trent Brown plays well when he's out there, but he's a guy who doesn't stay healthy. So you want to go in out there and you bring in somebody like Braden Smith, right tackle from Indianapolis, a guy that can play right tackle. Obviously, he is the right tackle. I know a lot of conversation about him potentially playing guard. I don't really see that happening. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I don't really see that happening. I think he's gonna be your right tackle unless you draft a right tackle and that person come out there and take the job, kind of similar to what Ursary did last year. So unless you get situations like that, like they draft a tackle with their first two picks, and that tackle goes out there and wins the job during training camp, yeah, best man win, best man win. So unless something like that, I think that Braden Smith is going to be your right tackle. Now, we probably thought a year ago that Cam Robinson was going to be your left tackle until Ursary stepped up. That's why I put it out there. So unless you draft a tackle and they go out there and they dominate and they go out there and they make sure they go out and win the job, like go out there and win the job like Ursary did last year, then that's a completely different situation. But I know a lot of people like the Braden Smith signing. Initially, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And initially, when we first signed them, I was like, so Nick Casario spitting in Texan fans' face because of the moves that wasn't made earlier, and then that was the move that he made. Not to mention, you just signed or re-signed rather, Trent Brown. I'm like, well, you should just never re-sign Trent Brown. You should just went out there and signed Bray Smith. Now again, you want to re-sign Trent Brown because, like say like after you calm down and you start to think about things logically, you want to sign Trent Brown not only for depth, but just in case you're not able to get a Braden. There wasn't a guarantee that you're going to be able to get a Braden Smith or anybody like that. So you definitely need to re-sign Trent Brown when it was available for you to go out there and re-sign Trent Brown. And again, now you re-sign, now you end up signing Braden Smith. That kind of goes into it. Like I said, now you got Trent Brown as depth, a rotational piece, backup, however you want to slice it. Another guy, another body in camp that just in case, because Bray Smith doesn't have a clean bill of health himself. I think in the last 3 years, I think he missed 18 games. I think he missed 18 games in the last 3 years. It's kind of a lot. With nagging injuries himself, so because of that, you kind of want to you kind of want to make sure you have at least a couple people, even though technically a lot of them have a lot of injury issues. You want to make sure that you have somebody to be able to go out there and play on Sundays at the tackle position, because we've been talking about ad nauseum about this offensive line. Hey, and shout out to that boy Big B for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. What's the motherfucking deal, bro? Hey, I see you in the H-Town Blue already. You know I had to come out here in the H-Town Blue, bro. Because all the discourse that's been talking around, man, we gotta show people was good. We gotta show people was really good, was really hood. You know what I'm saying? We gotta show them, hey, H-Town Blue still reign true. No matter how people feel or feel about it, we already know H-Town Blue still reign true. You know what I'm saying? In the city. We already know. But shout out Big B for the Super Chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Hey, hey, man. Hey, shout out that boy Chris. Hey, Chris, what's good, bro? Hey, before I even read it, Chris, what's really good? Chris, but hey, bro, Chris, we ain't seen you in a long time. Chris, we haven't. Chris, Chris, bro, we ain't seen you in a long time. Hey, shout out that. Hey, man, shout out that boy Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Sub Texas fans, AFC South still dominated. Still a coin flip between between the Colts, Texans, and Jags. Tank Dell is healthy and ready for the 2026 season. Reports say that Indiana Jones is back. Oh boy, I'm not saying the ending. I'm not saying the ending. I'm not saying go to that team. I'm not saying go. I'm not saying go to that team. So, but shout out Chris for the super chat love. Shout out Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Cause you be thinking you think you can trip me up. See, Chris be thinking he can trip me up. He think because I'm gonna read what he say that I'm gonna end up saying that. I'm not gonna say the end part. But it's a coin flip between the Colts, the Texans, and the Jags. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know you an Indy fan. I don't know if I really want to put them in there. I know you said that Daniel Jones is healthy. Is he? I don't know. Like this is the first I'm hearing about. Now I know y'all just signed him to with like an $88 million deal. The other day y'all re-signed him to an $88 million deal. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think the division is going to come down between the Texans and the Jags. I said that last year before the season started. That I thought that the Texans and Jags were going to be the two teams that were going to be. I thought the Texans were going to win the division, and I thought the Jags was going to miss the playoffs. But I thought that they would be alive for the playoffs on the last week of the season. Like they would be alive on that last game and lose a tiebreaker, or maybe even Tennessee beats them and knocks them out the playoffs like they did a couple of years ago. So I thought about them, and I thought Indy was going to be more competitive last year than people thought they were going to the season. Again, we didn't see the 7-0, 8-0 start, whatever the start was, and then obviously I do think that the division would have been more competitive if Daniel Jones would have never got hurt. I think those games against Jacksonville, I don't think y'all would have got swept. I think y'all would have split it between Jacksonville. My personal opinion, I think y'all would have split one, and I think y'all probably won another game. I mean, y'all almost beat us with whoever that quarterback was from Notre Dame, even though the Texans didn't play the second half. But it was really Alec Pierce that was giving us problems, and that was even with the stars out there. And y'all re-signed Alec Pierce, but I don't know exactly how healthy Daniel Jones is. Indiana Jones, Danny Dons, whatever y'all want to call him. I don't really know how healthy he's going to be. You say he's supposed to be ready. I guess he's going to be ready. Shout out Chris for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely surprised that Chris is in here. Chris. We ain't seen you in months. Now I know I ain't made I did live last week, but we ain't seen Chris in months, even before the season ended. But shout out Chris for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. But back to what I was saying. So I mean, like I said, initially when we re-signed Bray Smith, I kind of was about it. But after the re-signing, I mean after other signs and deals and things like that, and after thinking about it for a couple days, it was a good necessary signing. Now 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 the Texans end up also signing Logan Hall, defensive end from Tampa Bay. They signed him to a 2-year deal. Again, loading up on the decent, putting out another rotational piece. Um, I'm I've heard people say that he can play in the inside, or people thought he played in the inside. They have him registered as an edge rusher, as a pass rusher. Um, so I don't know if he's able to play in the inside or not. I mean, D'Amico Ryans knows what he's doing, anything on defense. So again, a signing piece for as far as depth wise, I'm cool with it. Then they also go out there and they sign Foster Manui. I know I butchered that last name. I'm sorry. The tight end from New Orleans, a blocking tight end is going to go well and partner well with Dalton Schultz. We definitely need that. We need another tight end because Cade Stover and Brevin Jordan just ain't cutting it. Like Brevin Jordan can't stay healthy. Brevin Jordan cannot stay healthy for one, and then two, when you talk about Cade Stover, he's always in and out. At least with Brevin Jordan, Brevin Jordan just missed the entire season. Like Cade Stover is that irritating that he's hurt for a couple weeks, plays for 2 weeks, and then hurt again for another couple weeks. Those nagging injuries is even more frustrating. Then when he's on the field, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything as far as the receiving game, and he's not a good blocker as well. And we just seen at the very least, even though people could say that Dalton Schultz is not a good blocker. This past year, Dalton Schultz played well as far as catching the football, and he broke the Texans tight end record for the most catches in the season by a tight end. More than Owen Daniels, more than Garrett Graham, more than Ryan Griffin, more than Joel Dreesen, more than any other Billy Miller, any other Texan tight end that we've had over the years. He had caught more passes than any of those guys. And it kind of we talked about that 2024 season, that it wasn't really a good season. A lot of people was out on Dalton Schultz, and a report came out that he learned last year that he was kind of dealing with some injuries or something in the 2024 season. And then for him to have the season that he had this past year in 2025, So you look at what we did 2023, his first year with the Texans, and then you look at what we did last year in 2025. Now you okay, maybe that 2024 season he was dealing with something, and that's the reason why it wasn't the same level of play of those 2 years. Because 1 year is just one of these things is not like the other. In 2023, 2024, 2025. One of them is not like the other. 2024 is different than both those years, and reportedly he's supposed to be dealing with some type of injury. So at least for him to go out there and thug it out week in and week out and place and give you some type of attributes kind of gives credence to that. So we can deal with that, even though he's not a superb blocker. At least he's a willing blocker, and he does give you something in the receiving game. And the Texans definitely needed help in the tight end department. I still think the Texans need to draft a tight end. I think that needs to be on the priority list as far as drafting somebody. I definitely think tight end needs to be on the priority list. Shout out to boy Chris once again for the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Oh, you saying no? Tank Dell will be ready. Are you asking me is Tank Dell gonna be ready? You telling me Tank Dell is gonna be ready? Because I have. Cause if you asking me about Tank Dell being ready, I think he's like he would be clear to play because when the season, I don't know exactly how well Tank Dell is going to play. I don't know if we're going to see 2023 version of Tank Dell. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. We could, but we might not. I don't know. I don't know. We could see 2023 version of Tank Dell. I really don't think so. Hopefully, we at least see something that is that helps out in the passing game, helps out CJ and help out the offense. Hopefully we see something, but I don't know if we're going to see that type of dynamicness that we were seeing in his rookie year in 2023. We didn't even see that in 2024. We didn't even see that. We didn't even see that year. He was coming off the first injury. So, and this was now dealing with his knee. So, and that one was just a broken leg. This was that dealing with his actual knee. So, we'll remain to be seen about that. And shout out Chris for super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Also, man, I see more people jumping here, but the lights ain't going up, man. Make sure you hitting that like button. I know y'all happy. I know, I know, because it's some things that y'all want to talk about. We're gonna talk about in a minute. But hey, I need y'all to hit that like button first. I need y'all to hit that like button first. But definitely appreciate that. But yeah, but definitely need a tight end help, especially somebody who's a blocking tight end. Again, we just talked about it earlier when we talked about Braden Smith and also Ingram. Like you need help on the offensive line, not only protect your quarterback, to also have a actual real blocker in the running game for your running back in Montgomery. So we definitely needed help on the offensive line and definitely need help when it comes to a blocking tight end. So then yesterday the Texans signed Evan Brown, guard out Arizona. Again, needed some guard help. Needed help in the guard position because outside Ingram, you didn't sign another guard. You went out there and signed Bray Swift, and that's kind of what I was saying earlier about the initial move with Braden Smith. It's kind of like a spit in the face because like okay, we need help in the interior offensive line. You're not doing anything in the interior offensive line. You already have your left tackle. And your right tackle, at the very least, you had Trent Brown, and you actually opened up that right tackle spot yourself by trading away Titus Howard. Now, I do think initially you trade away Titus Howard to acquire a fifth-round pick to give to the Lions for David Montgomery, but then the Broncos stuck they nose in the Texans and Lions business and made the ante go up from a fifth to a fourth. So it ended up being you end up not getting that fifth, not using that fifth round pick that you got from Cleveland when it comes to the Tyus Howard trade. So it's kind of like those kind of things kind of muddy things up. But you definitely needed help on the offensive line, and you need help in the interior offensive line, most importantly, because we've been talking about this for a while. And shout out my boy Big B, because Big B talks about this a lot in the Discord. If you're part of Discord, shout out everybody in the Discord, you know what it is. But Big B talks about this a lot in the Discord, him and Swisher, shout out to Swisher as well, that the problem with the offensive line is not the pressure from the edges. It's not outside pressure. It's the pressure up the middle. It's from the interior of the offensive line. It's not about the edges. We've done fine when it comes to the pressure from the edges, and also when this pressure coming from the outside, CJ can step up in the pocket. But when this pressure at his feet is coming in straight from the middle, coming in from the interior offensive line, there's nowhere for him to go because he's not Deshaun Watson where he can bounce out on the outside. See, that's the difference between Deshaun and CJ. See, when Deshaun was here, it wasn't the pressure of the middle that bothered Deshaun Watson. It was the pressure on the outside because pressure of the middle, Deshaun could just move out because Deshaun could use his legs and run outside the pocket, evade the pocket and run outside. See, he can't do that when the pressure coming from the tackles because that's where he's going. So he can't do that. So that's why the difference between a quarterback like Deshaun, who's a dual threat mobile quarterback, versus a quarterback like CJ, who's a pure pocket passer who needs to step up in the pocket. Now he does need to do a better job of when the pocket is collapsing to step up inside the pocket. He does leave pockets early too much, and that's a conversation for another day. But you need help up the middle. So you go out there, you get Evan Brown, a guard out Arizona. I don't know if he's going to be the starter. I think he's a guy that you're going to bring in. He's a guy that you're going to bring in that, hey, he could be the starter. As of right now, you probably have him penciled in as a starter. But I definitely think, depending on what the Texans do during the draft, and even maybe later on in free agency, but definitely during the draft when it comes to the first round, the second round, kind of very similar to the Ursary situation last year, that, hey, whoever you draft, they're going to be competing for that spot. And DeMeco Ryans talked about this all the time. That, hey, when we draft guys, we don't grade them on curve because you're a rookie and we wait on you. Hey, we ready to get this train rolling now. So since we're ready to get this train rolling now, you're going to be able. We're going to throw you in here. Now we're not just going to give you a position, but we're going to put you in the mix that you can go out there and compete for. A position yourself. If you go out there, you earn the right to play. You will play week one. Whoever it is we playing week one, you're going to be right there, primed and ready week one to go out there and play against that level of opponent. So, again, I think that Evan Brown is a placeholder right now, but depending on what we do in the first round, second round, whatever, I definitely think that job is going to be a battle job up for grabs. Now, I think this is the crown jewel. This is the big move, the phrase as far as bringing in the outside person not named Montgomery. Again, you brought in Montgomery. One was a trade, and two, it was a week before free agency. And that's safety, Reed Blankenship. Safety from the Philadelphia Eagles. Texans signed into a 3-year, $24 million deal. And they did this Monday. They did this day one of the legal tampering period when everybody's talking about the Nick Casario chills and doesn't do anything, which he normally does. And it looked like he was doing that. And then he made that move for safety. 3 years, $24 million for safety. I'm going to start by saying this. This has nothing to do with Reed Blankenship. It's for the player. I think Reed Blankenship is a good player. I think Reed Blankenship is deserving of that type of contract. I don't think it's an overpay for Reed Blankenship. I think Reed Blankenship actually fits well on this Texans defense. We need safety help. We need help for the safeties. We do. We need help on strong safety. I think he's going to play well with the Kalen Bullock and the Stingley and the Kamari Lassen, especially when you got Will and Neal coming off the edges. DeMeco Ryans knows how to knows how to coach a defense. Him and Matt Burke, they both know how to call a defense, dial a defense up. Again, I have no qualms about that at all. My issue is that you normally sit still on day one for free agency, Nick Casario. And the Texans need help in the interior offensive line, which is guard, center guard. Now, again, you re-signed Ed Ingram, which a lot of people didn't think you were going to do. All right, cool. So, center guard. There was a center out there, K. Mays from Carolina. That signed a 3-year, $25 million contract. So, same amount of years, only $1 million more. So, I mean, it's like 8. I think his contract is like average out to like 8.2 or something like that. 8.2, 8.3. It's only like a point difference from Reed Blankenship. And the position that the Texans are the best at drafting, specifically since Nick Caserio has been here, has been the secondary. He hasn't missed on a secondary player yet he's drafted on. Stingley, two-time All-Pro. Kamari Lassiter, a Pro Bowler. Kalen Bullock, a Pro Bowler. Petrie should have been the All-Pro. Petrie's the closest one that probably could have been a bust at one point in time, but he actually had the most. He was one of the best DBs in the NFL all last year. Nick Caserio drafts DBs in his sleep, and they are contributing starters. You just drafted Jalen Reed last year. And again, Jalen Reed couldn't stay healthy, always in and out, in and out, in and out. So cool. Again, need safety help. I do think that safety help was a need. But going into free agency, bro, safety was so low on position needs. For me, I ain't going to speak for y'all, but I'm going to speak for me. Going into free agency. Now, I'm not saying that these were where they were going to target by one or spend money in, but for me, I thought the position of needs was running back, guard, center guard, defensive tackle, then safety. So, running back, guard, center, guard, DT. Because we need a young DT. Then safety. Safety wasn't even the most important position on the defense that you need to add help onto, let alone on the entirety of the team. Now again, you brought in a running back with Montgomery, cool. You re-signed Ingram because we thought Ingram was going to price himself out, cool. But center and the other guard is way more important than safety, especially when that's a position that you draft in your sleep very well. It'd been different if you struggled at drafting that position like you do offensive line. And now you're going to tell me now you want to bank on a draft for the offensive line? Now we banking on the draft offensive line when drafting offensive linemen in the first 2 rounds, you drafted 4. You're 1 of 4. 2 of them are no longer on your team. You traded away 2 of them after year 3, admitting that you were wrong on both of those. Now the other one and Blake Fisher is a big question mark because Blake Fisher played well towards the end of the season, swing tackle, so we don't know. Ursery has a lot of promise. Now again, I will give him a little. I'll give him a little acceptance or a little curve because he was drafting offensive linemen the first 2, well, first 3 rather, but specifically like the 2 that you let go. You were drafting like first one, like you drafted them when you had Pep Hamilton as your offensive coordinator, and then with Blake Fisher and Juice Scruggs, you had Bobby Sowick and Chris Strausser, a rookie offensive coordinator, and you also had a guy who had a coach in offensive line that had no idea of what was going on with has no idea what's going on with the system. So I get that maybe you didn't have an actual real direction, at least with Ursery. Even with my issue that I have with Nick Caley, at least Nick Caley and Cole Popovich are online. At least we know that, hey, they have the same line of thinking. They have the same type of vision, what they want to do for the offensive line. They come up in the same system in New England for all those years, a system that you are very familiar with as well. So I get that and I understand, okay. I'll give you a little bit more chance, a little bit more leeway. But also, even saying that, we gotta also act like that Cole Popovich ain't just get here with Nick Caley. Like Cole Popovich was on the coaching staff when you drafted Juice Scruggs and when you also drafted Blake Fisher. Now he wasn't the OC. He wasn't the O-line coach. He was the assistant O-line coach. But we ain't gonna act like he wasn't in the building. So it's like so he was in the building. So he could have been like, hey, Nick, I don't know about that Juice Scruggs kid. I don't know about that Blake Fisher kid. Like I said, we are, as far as draft, I want to bring up Ed Ingram because he wasn't playing well in Minnesota. He came up under Cole Popovich. Now he's playing well. I'm only talking about draft because I'm only talking about the draft. I'm only talking about the draft. You're in the first 2 rounds, you're 1-4. And the one that you hit on, you just hit on him last year. He ain't been on the roster for 12 months yet. We don't know what he's gonna do like that. And again, it wasn't like he was the best left tackle or top 5 left tackle or top 5 tackle in the NFL last year. Like he showed a lot of promise. The trajectory is going up. I understand that. But it ain't like he was out there, like I said, the best left tackle or top 5 left tackle in the NFL last year. So, in saying that, I mean, Ursary can go out there next and fall flat on his face. And now we're back at square one as far as evaluating offensive linemen. So, until you have more hits, or at least till it's broken even, because right now it's still 1 and a possible with Fisher. Now, if Fisher hit or you draft somebody else that hit, cool. Especially if you draft somebody this year and they hit, and now you got him and Ursary under a Popovich-led thing. All right, cool. But we give it a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm willing to see it out a little bit to see, okay, maybe it was more so Bobby and them, and maybe Cole got better. Cole Popovich got a better handle on the whole offensive line situation. But to go out there and just full-fledged, hey, give him the keys, like I trust Cole Popovich as an evaluator based off of what? One, like based off of what? One that played decent. That's how low the bar is. It's just like how Carolina fans are feeling about how Bryce Young played down the stretch of the year, because the bar is so low for Bryce Young that playing okay is a huge plus. It's a huge plus because he played okay. And this is not a knock against Ursary. This is more so a knock against the evaluation that's been happening when we talk about drafting offensive line previously. That the bar is so low that anybody that plays okay, we doing a bang-up job. We doing an absolute bang-up job because the bar has been set so low because of your Kenyon Greens and your Juice Scruggs and your Blake Fishers that you drafted first round, second round. So part of that is because of what we've seen again. And like I said, my issue is now with Reed Blankenship. I like Reed Blankenship as a safety. I think he's gonna fit in extremely well. But we needed help. In my opinion, we needed help as a center on the center and also the other guard position. We needed help on the interior offensive line. And I used this analogy last week when I was telling guys about this in the Discord. As it's like you short on your light bill, but yet you got some money and you took your money and you paid your cable bill. Instead of taking that money and putting it on your light bill, going up to the light company and be like, hey, I got this much. It's not the whole thing. I can set up a payment plan, or I can give me a couple more days, or whatever the case may be. Nah, I'm going to go pay the cable bill. Because I got enough of the cable bill. I'm going to go pay the cable bill. I might not be able to watch the cable because the light's going to be off, but the cable bill going to be paid. That's what you did when you had the exact amount of money that K. Mays got that you gave the Reed Blankenship. Now, when it came to Linderbaum being paid $27 million a year is an absolute atrocious play, and the Raiders played a bad team tax. That's what they did. They overpaid because they're a bad football team. They got the number 1 pick in the draft. They're desperate. They got a brand new head coach. They're about to draft a quarterback. You got a running back. You got a tight end. I think they're going to be able to do some things. And also, they probably also thought they had a little bit more money to spend because they thought they sent out Matt Crosby. They thought they sent them out to Baltimore, and then Baltimore got cold feet, which was some really that was really a move right there by Baltimore. I ain't gonna lie to you, that was really a weak move in my opinion. Like Baltimore, that was a really weak move, and then go out there the following day and end up getting what's the old boy name from the Bengals, Forgot what name. The pass rusher from the Bengals. Forgot what his name is. But like that was really a move. I ain't really feeling with that because y'all went out there, y'all made a trade, and you just didn't want to give up your first round picks. Like the NFL, at the very least, maybe not void their first round pick, but void a pick from them. Like the NFL should void like a second round, make it cost them a second round pick, like that. To stop teams from doing that. To stop teams from doing that. Or they make the teams cannot agree with trades until either make the teams cannot maybe or they can do this, make the teams cannot agree into a trade until the legal taper period. That a trade like you can't agree into a deal, you can't agree with a deal weeks before. Like you cannot agree with a trade until a trade is actually legal, which will be on because the legal taper period started on Monday. On the 9th, on the 11th is when free agency, the new league year officially open and people are open for business. That's maybe when you should be able to negotiate trades. You can negotiate trades earlier than that because they don't need this. Like, because a trade needs to be once it's announced, it needs to be final. Ain't no gizzy backsies. Ain't no givey backsies. That's really a coward move, honestly. And the NFL should do. Roger Goodell and the NFL should find a way to punish the Ravens in some capacity, costing them a third, a second, or something. And I would not only costing that, give that pick to the Raiders. Not just take that pick away. They should give the Raiders that pick. That way, it'll stop teams from doing that because you're gonna lose a pick anyway. So don't do it. You're gonna lose a pick. That team or that team that you pulled that move on, they still got one of your picks. Maybe not first. That'd be a little bit too pricey, but they definitely should be able to get something back. But anyway, about those saying about the whole Tyler Linderbaum situation again, I thought that was a complete overpay. They pay a bad team tax. So I agree. I wouldn't have went and been inside the whole Tyler Linderbaum situation. I wouldn't have been in that market. That Tyler Linderbaum situation wouldn't have been nothing. I would have been trying to get in. I wanted to get into initially, but I said this like weeks before. I said this weeks before. I would get out of the Tyler. And I said this on the live last week. Instead of paying Tyler Linderbaum all that money, I'll go out there and get 3 or 4 offensive linemen, at least 2. And this one I was talking about Tyler Linderbaum getting like $21 million a year, let alone getting 27. Like Tyler Linderbaum is getting paid damn near $30 million a year. Like Tyler Linderbaum almost getting paid what Darius Stingley getting paid. He's a center. He's not even a tackle. Not even a guard. He's a center. So, but the money that we gave Reed Blankenship, back to my irritation. The money we gave Reed Blankenship, I feel like that's something that could have been gave to Cade Mays. And to me, it feels like, especially since there has been no other movement when it comes to any type of center. Because then you could have got Jones from Green Bay, who's a center / guard who could play both positions, guard and center. To me, that's right up the Texas alley. Somebody who could play both guard and center. So depending on what you do in the draft, you can have him play in the guard, or you can have him play in the center position, or what else you do in free agency. Since the Texans didn't make a move like that, that to me tells me that I think the Texans feel like they're comfortable with Andrews at the center position. They feel like they're fine when Andrews playing center. That's what this week mostly. That's the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from this week is that the Texans, Nick Caserio specifically, feels like that they are fine with that position. And again, maybe not you, because maybe I won't speak for you, so I'll just go back to me. I thought that we need to attack interior guard, center guard. And again, this is thinking that Ed Ingram. We were thinking that Ed Ingram wasn't going to be able to be on the team because we thought he was going to price himself out. But you were able to bring back Ed Ingram on a good deal. So okay, center and guard, cool. Thought that was the reason why you went to make sure a week before you went out there and got Montgomery, so you wouldn't have to go out there and be trying to be battling for K9 and Rico Dotto and Travis Etienne or Travis A. Chain, whatever his name is now. I guess his name is Travis A. Chain now for some reason. Or end up selling for like somebody like Tyler Algier or something like that. You go out there, you get Montgomery a week before, you ain't gotta worry about no running back. You ain't gotta worry about running backs, and now you can go out there, boom, and go out there and attack this offensive line. And you didn't do that. And it goes back to how I felt last year. And not to keep kicking the horse, but like I thought that Nick Caley was not a good offensive coordinator. I thought after we fired Bobby Slowick that we all were in agreement that, hey, we need to get somebody with experience. We need to get somebody offensive coordinator wise with some type of experience, because this train is ready to go right now. We ain't got time to wait. We ain't got time to wait. This train is ready to go right now, today. And they didn't do that. They went out there and they got hired Nick Caley. And all year long, we up here talking about Nick Caley, and people were defending Nick Caley. Well, he's a first-time offensive coordinator. Like, it's his first time calling plays, and you got to give it time, and you got to give the system time, and all these different type of things. And my thing is this. I know that. I know that he's a first-time offensive coordinator. I know he's going to take his lumps because he's not used to doing this in high-pressure situations or doing this, period. I understand that. I know that. That's the reason why I didn't want him in the first place. It's not actually Nick Caley. It's the fact that we put him in this position. We shouldn't be in this position. We shouldn't be in a position where somebody is taking their lumps while we're out here trying to chase a championship. Their defense is primed and ready, Super Bowl caliber, primed and ready to go win a championship yesterday. The offense is still acting like a rebuild. We're still operating offensively like it's a rebuild by constantly putting in guys that don't know what they're doing, or at the very least, they now taking their lumps. So when you did that last year again with the offensive coordinator, there's no reason for me to get upset about it, because y'all just gonna do what y'all want to do. But again, trick myself into okay, cool. They're gonna keep Nick Caley, cool. But we got to make sure we get some offensive linemen. We got to get some experienced offensive linemen, because drafting offensive linemen is not their strong suit. Like, Nick Caserio is the person I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Cole Popovich. Not talking about Nick Caley. I'm talking about the person who actually signs the name on the card, turn the card in. The person who we're paying to be the general manager who's been here for 5+ years. He is not doing well with drafting an offensive coordinator. No matter who drafting an offensive lineman. No matter who's the offensive coordinator. No matter if it's Pep. No matter if it's Bobby. No matter if it's Caley. He has 3 different offensive coordinators. He has not done well with drafting an offensive line early in the draft. So again, you go out there, you look what Carolina did. They had offensive line issues. Bryce Young's rookie year. What they do? Boom. Paid. Got offensive lineman crazy. Offensive line in Carolina played well. That's why they they know Bryce is the problem, because you can't blame the offensive line, because they got a good offensive line. They improved this year, but again, they improved the offensive line. Hey, Caleb Williams, the most sacked quarterback in the NFL his rookie year. What did the Chicago Bears do? They got an offensive line. They went out there and they paid for offensive line. Had a phenomenal year this year. Went to the playoffs. Offense looked well. Now again, you also got Ben Johnson, but the offense looked well. Then their center abruptly retires. To the shock of everybody, retired. Just out of the blue, boom, retired. I'm done playing football. What did they do? They immediately call up New England like, hey, say, bro. Hey, man. Say, hey, our center just retired, bro. So, hey, let's work out a negotiation, because I know y'all got a center over there, you know what I'm saying? And hey, we don't want to mess around with our quarterback. Like, Chicago don't have franchise quarterback. We don't have offenses. We got offensive minded coach. All these different type of things. Hey, we not about to mess around with a talent like a Caleb Williams. Hey, we will trade for your offense. They went out there and made a move for a center after theirs retired. They not playing. Other teams not playing around. What does Nick Caserio do? Because he's the smartest person in the room. Like Cat Williams say, ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb person. There's nothing worse there's nothing worse than the person that is so smart that they're stupid. Like that. Because again, Nick Casario is extremely intelligent, extremely smart person, but he's so smart he doesn't see his own flaws. He's so smart he doesn't realize that he has flaws of himself. And the flaws is that a sore spot from you is drafting offensive lineman. So how about go get some veteran ones? But no. And again, and this goes back to what I was saying about the whole Braden Smith situation, because like it wasn't just a tackle. You most importantly needed guard, center, guard. I would have rather you went out there and got a guard, went out there and got a center, than worry about the right tackle. Especially since you already had Trent Brown the fold. Get that Trent Brown does not stay healthy. I understand that. I get that. But I thought that you would get somebody else in the offensive line. Like I said, if you wasn't able to get K. Mays, I actually think the perfect offensive lineman would have been Jones out there from Green Bay because he played both guard and center. To me, that made the most sense. Honestly, it really did. And the fact that you paid Reed Blankenship the exact amount of money that K. Mays got, to me, makes even less sense. Because, like, okay, even if you were like, hey, Nick Casario don't do nothing on day one free agency, cool. I've been cool with that. But the fact that you, not only did you get it, you did something on first day of free agency, you gave a safety the exact amount of money that you gave, the exact amount of money that a center got in free agency. Doesn't make sense to me. And it goes back to, okay, they probably just don't feel like they have an issue with center. They feel good with Andrews. And also they feel good with going into the draft, getting a guard, and putting a guard on the offensive line. So putting a rookie guard next to a second-year left tackle with an offensive line that Texan fans don't really trust. So it goes back to, bro, unless, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and this is probably what we about to, like, if y'all if y'all haven't disagreed with me yet, it's probably what we're gonna disagree right here. Bro, I don't want to hear nothing about CJ Stroud this season. Unless CJ is out there like just evading pockets for no strange reason, just running backwards, or it's a clean pocket and he just throwing in the triple or quadruple coverage and throwing interceptions. Unless it's something like that, I don't hear nothing about CJ Stroud, because the Texans have yet to do the Texans have yet to basically put all the blame in one spot, because we're going to be midway through the season. So unless the offense is playing phenomenally, but if the offense has any type of struggles, we're going to be midway through the season still pointing the fingers at everybody. We're not going to have a definitive answer. Is it the offensive line? Is it the quarterback? Is it the weapons? Is it the offensive coordinator? We're not going to have an actual definitive answer. Because again, Carolina, boom, got offensive linemen. Now we know Bryce Young is the problem. We know it's Bryce. We can't say, oh, offensive line. We know Bryce Young is the problem. Especially when you give him a running game. You got Rico Dowdle and you got Chuba Hubbard, and then you went out and you draft Ted. Cool. Hey, so we know when this offense struggles, we know who we blaming. We know who we blaming. We know who we blaming. Like, we know who we blaming. Like, we know exactly who we blaming when the offense struggles. K Mays was a starter in Carolina last year. I know some people say that he only had one good year. That's fine. That's fine. Again, I'm just bringing up K Mays because it's the exact same contract that Reed Blankenship got, and K Mays also played better than Andrews played last year. That's the reason why I'm bringing up K Mays. Because again, we didn't bring in K Mays, but we also didn't bring in Reed Blankenship. I wouldn't be talking about it. Or if we would got Reed Blankenship like the next day and got them like a cheaper deal. Like say you got Reed Blankenship for like 2 years in with 2 years, 15 million, then it'd be a different conversation. The fact that you got him it was the exact same deal of a position that you needed versus a position that you don't really need. Or if safety was a bigger issue. Now, if safety was an absolute issue, and also another thing too, like I said earlier, Nick Caserio draft safeties in his sleep. Like so, it's not just like a vacuum of Reed Blankenship. It's not a vacuum of Reed Blankenship. It's not a vacuum of Cade Mays in the vacuum. It's a collection of Reed Blankenship contract, but Cade Mays contract, the vacancy not vacancy, the struggle at the center position, the offensive line, the defense has been your strong suit, and out of all the positions, edge rusher included, the position that the Nick Caserio hits on the most with more regularity is the safety, the DB position by far. So it's a combination of all those things collectively gives the frustration with. So we just don't care about the offense, huh? Like we just and that's another thing too. And it goes back to the whole situation about Nick Caley about experienced offensive coordinator. Like I wanted somebody that had some type of experience. Like again, I wanted somebody like what's up boy name? And he ended up taking the job at Pittsburgh. So again, obviously he was never in the running, but somebody like a Mike McCarthy. And again, and not because he's this super innovative guy. It's the fact that he can settle down the offense and we can get an actual legitimate offensive plan that has worked in the NFL for a while, for years. You would be able to do that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And my bad, Chris. Hey, shout out Chris for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Will Lamar Jackson finally make it to the Super Bowl? Shout out Chris for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Actually, bro, I don't think no time soon. I think Baltimore's gonna take a dip this year. I think the thing that kind of better helps them out is that, like, strangely, because it's the AFC North, it's the black and blue division. Like, I don't really trust Pittsburgh, and like the Bengals don't got no defense. So, like, and also Joe Burrow can't never stay healthy. But then also you can say the same thing about Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson has been hurt 3 times in the last 4 years. In the last 5 years. He's been hurt 3 times and missed a lot of time in those years. Like outside his MVP season, the season that he should have won the MVP in 2024, which guy won the MVP. Outside that, like he's actually missed a lot of time himself. But shout out Chris for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Shout out Big B for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. can't let a co-fan get the most bread. Shout out Big B for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that, bro. Say can't let a co-fan give the most bread. Hey, appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you, my boy. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate that. Shout out Big B for Super Chat Love. But what was I about to say? I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, that's really like my issue with the phrase, like, is that so we're going to go out there and focus on the draft. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna focus on the draft, at these interior offensive line positions. To be honest, I don't think they're going to draft a center. I think me personally, I think they're going to end up drafting guard, and they're going to end up probably drafting a tackle because Bray Smith is, I think, like 30, 31 years old. Trent Brown, 30, and both of those guys have injury concerns. So I definitely think, again, maybe not with the first pick in the draft. I'm going to do a mock draft weekly. I'm gonna do shorts when it comes to the mock draft. I'm gonna do a mock draft from now all the way up until maybe like a week or so before the draft, and I'm gonna do an actual official mock draft. I'm gonna do a official mock draft, and that one I'm gonna do how I normally do a normal video. It's gonna be probably like a longer video and stuff like that. But when we're talking about we're talking about, like, as of right now, like mock draft 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Those mock drafts are going to be just quick little shorts. I'm just run down the positions and run down. I'm gonna do one with no trades. I'm gonna do one with trades because I'm gonna let y'all know I do think the Texans are going to trade out. The release trade. I don't think we're drafting at pick 28. So I definitely think we're gonna do some type of movement up and down. So I'm gonna have all that and all these different type of mock draft scenarios, and I'm gonna have an official one why I actually do think the opinion is, but that's gonna be right before the draft because obviously information changes. The reason why we've done a mock draft to this point, I want to see how free agency shaked out. And first week free agency, again, things are still gonna happen, things are still calls are gonna be made. Trades gonna be made. Remember, we traded for Stephon Diggs in mid-April, in the March, beginning of April when we traded for Stephon Diggs. So same thing when we traded for Brandon Cooks when Bill O'Brien was here. So like stuff happens after free agency all the time, after the initial wave of free agency trades and things like that. So again, things could definitely happen after that. So I'm going to do one, but as of right now, I think that we're going to be drafting those type of positions, drafting those type of positions. Bro, I thought you said Chat GPT at first. At first, I thought that guard center tackle. Bro, I thought that said, like, first quick glance, I thought that said Chat GPT. He talking about Chat GPT. What are you talking about? But yeah, I think a guard. I think a tackle, both defensively and offensive tackle, because I do think that the defensive tackle is the biggest need on defense because as far as getting some youth in it, because that's the one position that the Texans Nick Casario hasn't drafted like in the first 3 rounds. He in the first 3 rounds in round 1, 2, and 3. Like so, in day 1, day 2, he's drafted all of the positions. He's drafted obviously a quarterback. He's drafted receivers. He drafted a tight end. He's drafted receivers, safeties, corners, linebackers, edge rushers, drafted tackles, drafted guards. He has yet to draft a defensive tackle. I guess technically running back because I guess DP was a 4th-round pick, so DP wouldn't account that. DP is a 4th-round pick. So, but other than that, like he's drafted guys throughout these other positions, except defensive tackle. He hasn't put an actual real focus on defensive tackle early in the draft. And I think getting in a young defensive tackle early in the draft, round 1 or round 2, is definitely a plus. Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter. I'm gonna keep saying Lee Hunter. And I know because me saying I want somebody, I know the Texans are not going to get him. Again, we talked about this with Kyle Hamilton. We talked about this with Zay Flowers. We talked about this with Nate Wiggins. We talked about this with Abuka and Burton. Again, so the Texans. So again, the Texans never draft anybody that I like. So me saying I want Lee Hunter, the Texans not going to draft Lee Hunter. I understand this. I get it. I understand. It's a tradition like no other. The Texans don't draft a player that spits for them. I get it. And another tradition like no other is that the Baltimore Ravens draft a player that I want, and they become a Raven. I don't know if they need defensive tackles, but Lee Hunter's going to be a Baltimore Raven. That's what's going to happen. Lee Hunter's going to be a Baltimore Raven. And you talking about you like, I don't care that you like McDonald over Lee Hunter. McDonald ain't go to Texas Tech. He not a Red Raider. He's not a Red Raider. So Lee Hunter, we can't get David Bailey. So I ain't worried about David Bailey. We can't get David Bailey. Lee Hunter, Romeo Heights. Romello Heights, or Jacob Rodriguez. I know a lot of people want Jacob. I know like a lot of people like Jacob, and I like Jacob Rodriguez too. Jacob Rodriguez was the best player on Tech's team last year. As far as NFL prospect, he's the fourth best prospect. He's not. Jacob Rodriguez is not a better prospect than Lee Hunter, David Bailey, or Romello Heights. Those three are better prospects on the NFL level and projected, and I think will be better NFL players than Jacob Rodriguez will be as an NFL player. I think Jacob Rodriguez will be a good NFL player. I think that those three will be way better than Jacob Rodriguez, even though Jacob Rodriguez was the best player on Tech's team last year. But again, if we end up with any of those Tech players, I'm cool. So, but that's just what I think is going to happen when it comes to the so yeah, but you but that's what I think the Texans will end up doing. Now let's talk about what a lot of people want to talk about, because it was mentioned earlier when somebody had actually I think it was Big B posted, you know what I'm saying, me and the H-Town Blue. Let's talk about it. So Tennessee got New Jerseys over the week. And there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of discourse, a lot of jealousy, if you will, a lot of vitriol, a lot of anger, a lot of all y'all do is think about us, and nobody think about y'all, and all these different things over a color palette, a colorway. Interesting. First thing first, Tennessee's New Jerseys. I actually like them. Blue's my favorite color. That's surprise to nobody. Now, light blue. Again, we ain't talk about these the different hue: Columbia blue, H-Town blue, baby blue, sky blue. Like, okay. I look at blue in three different colors: royal, navy, and baby. All the different deep steel and dark navy and royal and cobalt and all the extra, like, okay, cool, whatever. I look at blues in three different colors. I look at blue three different ways: royal blue, navy blue, baby blue. And to give people sport references, I'll just give it to you in the division. Indy has a royal blue, Texans have a navy blue, and then baby blue is obviously Tennessee and the Chargers. Okay, Chargers not a division, but again, they're also associated with blue. Blue's my favorite color. Now, my favorite version of blue is royal blue, like the blue that the Orlando Magic wear. Well, again, Orlando Magic is my favorite basketball team. So, like, that royal blue is my favorite blue. Then after that is navy blue. Like navy blue is my second favorite blue, and then baby blue is third. And again, I like all three of those blues more than any other blue. I mean, I like all three of those blues more than any other color. Like I said, blue is my favorite color. No matter if it's royal, navy, or baby, any version of blue is my favorite color, and I'm cool with any version of blue. But the whole, like, just to get over the whole different colorways. But anyway, so back to the Tennessee jerseys again. Everybody know, I talk about this all the time. I love white helmets. Like I think white helmets be so cold. Like, I don't know what it is about, especially when it's all white, when white helmet, white jersey, white pants, that icy look. I think it's cold. So, excuse me. So light blue, white helmets, got the trim in the red. I think the jerseys are fine. I think the jerseys are clean. The logo is a little weird to me because I think the Flaming Shield was better than just taking away the flames and then just have the circle T with the Tennessee from the Tennessee flag, like the little circle with the stars, like from the Tennessee flag, and then throw the letter T in it. And then I I have a homeboy who is a Tennessee Titan fan, and I asked him. I said, "So what happened to like the they ain't got no swords and nothing? Like what happened to swords?" He said they got rid of all the like warrior Greek mythology things associated with them. He said they got rid of all that. Like all that is gone. So I asked him. I said, "So okay, so what are y'all now?" He was like, "What you mean?" I said, "Like you just said, y'all got rid of everything." So like, what is y'all now? Like y'all like the Tennessee Blue? Like what is y'all? And like, no, they're still the Tennessee Titans with no reference of a Titan. Like I don't get that. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like you got rid of everything associated with a Titan, but still want to call yourself the Titan. Like why? Like why get rid of it? And I said, okay, why don't y'all just go all the way with it then? Like just go all the way with just be Nashville Oilers, Tennessee Oilers. The why is y'all like half stepping? Why is you like side like halfway being an Oiler and halfway being like you like you're straddling the fence, like halfway being the Oiler, halfway being the Titan. Just be one. And he was like, well, they can't because like the name and the name and the logo has been retired. Like they retired, so they like this is something new. And so it goes to this because then like it's okay. So people up here arguing. I say Twitter is a is just not a place for logic. Twitter's not a place for logic because that's where most of the like the discourse and the fighting is going back is on Twitter. And I mostly see like Tennessee fans talking about the Texan fans are mad. And I'm like, maybe they want us to be mad because I don't see how like Texan fans are mad. And then somebody actually even said like talking about like only thing y'all can say is that the only thing y'all can say is that y'all is that we beat them. Like that's all we can say. We still ain't even made it to we still ain't made it to y'all still ain't made it to a conference championship game yet. All y'all can do is beat us because y'all been beating us, but that's it. And I'm like, so y'all rather win a color battle than actually win football games? Like y'all are more concerned that y'all got the rights to baby blue and win the color war than to actually win football games. And it's very similar to like Carolina Panther fans that now coming out of the woodwork talking about, see, we got the better quarterback. See, Bryce is better than CJ. So you would rather win the mediocre quarterback battle than actually have a better football team than the Texans. Like, so let me get this straight for both Carolina fans and Tennessee Titan fans. Y'all rather win these unnecessary, arbitrary arguments that don't amount to these completely irrelevant arguments that no one really cares about as far as who has the better quarterback and who has a better jersey or who has a better color than actually to win a football game, which we're playing to actually compete for a championship. Again, Texans got all the folks. We've been talking about it for the last hour or so about all the issues when it comes to the Texans. Which of these three teams are closer to actually competing for a championship? Exactly. And last time I checked, ain't that the whole purpose of what we doing? We're not out here to look good on a football field. We're not out here to have the best quarterback of a mid-tier quarterback. We ain't talking about who got the best quarterback from a mid to a great quarterback or who got the best quarterback out of two Hall of Fame MVPs. We talking about a mid quarterback and the quarterback that had promise, but last time he was on the field, he played below mid. So we're talking about the mid quarterback battle over here. We're talking about the color battle over here. And okay, you want to win the color battle? That's your opinion. you want to win the quarterback mid battle, which is actually not true because CJ's numbers was still better than Bryce's, and he played less than Bryce. But okay, uh, so at least the color situation has an argument, but it's like I don't get like I don't understand. I don't get the angle like Charlemagne told Birdman like what's your angle? Like I don't get your angle. Like I don't get it. Like I don't understand. Even though I do understand, I'm gonna tell you why I understand in a minute. But like, because the guy, like I said, the one who was saying like that yeah we might beat them, but like we ain't made to a championship, like we ain't made to a championship game, so whatever. They still got the better jerseys. And talking about we like the bitter X, they can't get over that the girl moved on. And I'm like, actually, is the more accurate the story is that you the rebound guy from our ex, and she keep putting you in our clothes. Like you're wearing like that's all. Like, that's the more accurate analogy to it. Is that yeah, broke up like the city broke up with Amy, or Amy broke up with the city, whatever. Amy went and found Tennessee, cool, found her new guy, and she just gave you Houston's clothes. That's more accurate. When you want to bring up the X analogy, it's not that Houston is a bitter X and we mad. You just got on what we used to wear. So really, you actually the lame one for wearing like you're actually the lame one for wearing our clothes. Like you just wearing what we used to wear. It's kind of lame of you to wear our clothes. Kind of weird. Like that's a more of a analogy. Again, I'm not Oilers fan. I wasn't an Oilers fan. Like again, I wasn't watching football when the Oilers were in Houston, so I wasn't an Oilers fan. I wasn't I wasn't an Oilers fan. I've been, and I'm not even a Texan fan because, like, contrary to what people believe, I'm not even a Texan fan because the Texans play in Houston. I'm not even a Texans fan because the Texans play in Houston. It's not. That's not why. Oh, we know. Hey, I'm rooting for the local town team. No, it's actually not. Like my fandom from the Texans had nothing to do with them playing in the city of Houston. Because that was the case, then my favorite basketball team would be the Rockets and not the Orlando Magic. Like it has nothing to do with them playing in the city. Like my favorite college would be U of H. It wouldn't be Texas Tech. It's nothing to do with them playing. Actually, my favorite college team would probably go by region. It should be A&M because I'm from Brenham, and Brenham is 40 minutes away from College Station. And A&M is not my favorite college football team. It's Texas Tech. So again, I'm not one of those people that because of where I grew up in, what city I live in is the reason why I'm a fan of this team. No, my fandom comes from other different facets. So it has nothing to do with the location of the team. So I was never a Oilers fan. Never I never was an Oilers fan. And I say that to say this. So y'all, and again, I'm not gonna lie. I like the jerseys are clean. It's light blue. I like light blue. Light blue, white, and red. It all go together. The color wave is fire. I ain't gonna never lie and say the color wave ain't fire. I just think it's kind of weird that y'all erased your own history to bring back a history that hasn't done anything. Like y'all have done more in Nashville, Tennessee than y'all have ever done in Houston. As the Houston Oilers, they made it to the AFC Championship game twice. That was it. No league MVP. I think Earl Campbell rushed for 2,000 yards, but I'm not 100% sure. But that's it. So I'm gonna just say he did. I'm gonna just say he rushed for 2,000 yards. So yeah, no, actually, Earl Campbell didn't rush for 2,000 yards. He didn't because I think he rushed. Yeah, he rushed for 1,800 yards. So yeah, so not even a 2,000-yard rusher with Earl Campbell. So no league MVP, no Super Bowl championship or appearance, and no 2,000-yard rusher. Since Tennessee, since they moved to Tennessee, they've been to the Super Bowl. Then went to another AFC Championship game. Steve McNair won the MVP. Chris Johnson rushed for 2,000 yards. Then went to another AFC Championship game. Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000 yards. Derrick Henry was Offensive Player of the Year. So they've done more in Tennessee, in Nashville, Tennessee, than they did in Houston. And yet y'all erased all that for the team that gave up a 31-0 lead, a 31-3 lead to Buffalo in the playoffs. Like y'all went back to that. Like let that sink in. Y'all had a team that went to the Super Bowl, went to other AFC Championship games, won MVPs, 2,000-yard rushers twice. But then y'all want to go back to the organization that coughed up a 34-3 lead? Now, again, I know we coughed up a 24-0 point lead. I understand that. But that's still currently the team that we're is. We ain't changed the identity and then went back and changed to another identity. So, and y'all erased all that to be petty. Let's call it is what it is. Because, bro, they don't even have, like, they brought out 3 jerseys. You get 2 alternates. And not only that, like, with your jersey, like, a combination, like, with your jersey that you have, you can have at least 4 combos. Blue, white, blue, all blue. They ain't got all blue. It's just blue, white, blue, all white. That's it. No alternate red, no alternate navy, no alternate with a different helmet. And this is what I told somebody last week when first I said, to be honest, and this is before I actually even like a focus on it. It makes me more appreciative to be a Houston Texans fan because when we did our rebrand in our new jerseys 2 years ago, like we completely like pushed the envelope and went forward. We have 4 jerseys and they all completely different. None of our jerseys are the same. Our deep steel blue, our Liberty white, our battle red, our H-Town blue. They're all different. 3 different helmets. This is officially confirmed that the Texans are the reason why the NFL now allows 3 helmets. We the ones that made the NFL go out there and like, hey, approve, hey, yeah, nah, teams can have 3 helmets. Because before that, teams can only have 2. We the reason why Jacksonville got the white helmet, why Denver got the white helmet and they throwback helmet. The reason why Tampa Bay got their helmet. Like we the reason why these teams, the reason why these teams got 2 or 3 helmets is because the Texans. That's confirmed. Confirmed that the Texans are the reason why. Because the H-Town blue helmet. Because we had our regular helmet, then we got our battle red helmet, and then we went out there and pushed the envelope when it comes to the H-Town blue helmet. And again, we got a regular helmet with our regular Toro logo on it. Then we got the red helmet with the horn on it. Then you got the H-Town blue helmet with the H on it. The white jersey and the red jersey got the horns on the shoulder pads. H-Town blue says H-Town on the jersey. It says H-Town on the jersey. And then it has H-Town in the collar of all the jerseys. The Texas home jersey is the crease in the Texas home jersey on the numbers is the crease that fold from the star on the Texas state flag. Completely our own identity. completely all about us. You don't think about nobody else. You don't look at any of our jerseys and think about people who say, y'all out there looking like the Falcons. One is two different colorways. The Falcons are red and black, Texans are blue and black. Even though it's a dark blue, you can tell that it's blue. Now, that first reveal when they had those mannequins outside the draft, they had the Texan jersey out there, it looked kind of funky. It did. I think that was more so with the lighting. It did. But once we start playing it, nobody ever says the Texan jersey look like the Falcon jersey. Now maybe like when that first looked, yeah. But then after that, no one says that. No one says the Texans jerseys and the Falcon jersey look alike. Nobody says that anymore because they don't. Because completely two different colorways, and you can clearly tell the difference. So, like I said, we push the envelopes. And again, it's not confirmed, but it's extremely speculated that the Texans in the H-Town jersey are the reason why now the NFL and Nike are doing the rivalry jersey, because this whole H-Town jersey has a City of Houston theme. So now, just like how in the NBA and the Major League Baseball, you got the City Connects where they do something special for every team based off of the city. Now you're starting to see that implemented with the Texans, with the NFL with the rivalry jerseys. And that's another one. We about to get a fifth jersey to the closet because we about to get a rivalry jersey. So we're going to have 5 completely different jerseys. So really, the Texans are the Oregon Ducks of the NFL. Like when Oregon first was out there and they was out there, like Oregon was like they was changing jersey at halftime. Every other quarter, they come out there bringing down new jerseys back, especially like in the early 2000s, in the early and mid 2000s. Now all college teams got all these different type of jerseys, and teams are starting to temper it back. Some teams are starting to ringing and not be ass out there. Because actually, in the Oregon has started not to be out there, but then last year they started to do a little bit more than they've been doing for the last. Because Oregon kind of like for the last 7 years, like kind of pulled it back, but last year they kind of threw a little bit more out there. But the Texans are doing that. That's what the Texans are doing. That's it completely what the Houston Texans are doing. Like the Houston Texans basically are the Oregon Ducks of the NFL. We're the reason why there are 3 helmets in the NFL for NFL teams. That is a confirmed. That's not speculation. That's confirmed. But it is speculative that the Texans are the reason why the NFL have approved and they're going after and they're doing the whole rivalry thing. That's speculated. That hasn't been confirmed or denied. But it's a huge speculation because of how this right here is representing the city of Houston all day. And again, even with this, you do not see this. You do not see this and think of another franchise. You do not see this right here and think of the Houston Oilers. You look at those jerseys. You think of the Houston Oilers. Again, it is your franchise. Again, Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans, same franchise. All right, cool. You still think of another city. And again, the jersey itself is fire. I'm not arguing how the jersey look good. I don't like the logo. The logo is the logo. Even if you want to, they should just kept the flaming shield and just change their colorway to be all light blue. But they should still kept the flaming shield. The fact is just they took away I don't understand why they got rid of all the warrior aspects of their friends. I don't I don't get it. I guess because they didn't want to do oil, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. Again, I do know, and it's all. It's not even a middle finger. It's all complete troll job. It's all a troll job. It's all a troll job to the Texans. I mean, not to the Texans, to Houston. Because the guy talking about he was at the event and the Texans were never brought up once. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Texans. Of course, the Texans and the Oilers are not the same franchise, so of course, the Texans are not being brought up. I'm not saying y'all bring up the Houston Texans. Say y'all bring up the city of Houston, and and again, like back about the whole X aspect of it, because she still lives in the same house. Like Amy Adams still lives in Houston. She ain't moved to Nashville. They just moved their operations to Nashville like 3 years ago. Their home office and operations was still in the city of Houston up until at the very least 2021. 2021, their operations was still operating out of the city of Houston in Texas. Like how the Texans are moving their operations from NRG to Bridgeland, their headquarters was still in the city of Houston, a completely different state. Forget not the same city as teams that they play their games in a completely different state. They day-to-day operations was still in Houston, just as of 4 or 5 years ago. They just moved. They've been in Nashville, Tennessee since 1998. They've been in Nashville, Tennessee since 1998. They operations was still in Houston as of 2021. And Amy Adams still to this day. And I mean, unless she moved last week or something, but like Amy Adams still lives in Houston. She definitely has a house here. Even if she doesn't live here day to day, she has a house here in the city of Houston. Like she's the ex that can't move on. Cause like I said, she keeps putting her new guy in her ex clothes and got them living in the same house. Like you the one that can't get on. Like. But all in all, um, all in all, again, like I said, people want to be funny, want to troll. I thought I had some, I thought I had some, I thought I had some fun with it too. I thought I had some fun with it too, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, they just jerseys. Don't really like say, hey, y'all wear them, cool. Like y'all wear them. Cool. They good looking. They good looking jerseys. Like I said, I like when teams get new jerseys. Like I think somebody put it in there. They like the Falcons. They probably getting new jerseys. I think the Rams are getting new jerseys. And like everybody's going back to like a throwback. Like we seen it with the Jets. The Jets went back to their '80s style. The Lions went to like the Lions kind of like went to slash like '90s and kind of modern, like a modern version of the '90s. I think the Falcons. I think they're supposed to be going to. I think the Falcons probably going to a '90s style. I think the Rams they're probably going back to an older style. Um, older style. Maybe I guess get away from the whole like broken like horn look that they have, and going back to like that maybe not the dark blue, like maybe not the navy blue and gold that they had when they was like in St. Louis, but more of the royal and gold that they had. Maybe like the more royal and gold that they had like in the early 2000s, like when they won their first Super Bowl. Cause I think when they won their first Super Bowl, they didn't have the dark navy and gold. That they had more of a royal blue and gold, kind of like what they had now, what they got now, but not that like sunshine type situation they got. So, but from what I've seen, I think that their jersey is supposed to go more back into like a throwback. And you see a lot of teams doing that, which is fine. I have no problem with teams going back and going back to classic eras and classic histories. Uh, and again, the Rams doing it, and the Rams actually went back to a city that they played in. Like they didn't do like classic in St. Louis. No, they went back to the city that they're originally from. They went back to the city that they're originally from and went classic. That's what they went back to. They went back to the city they from and went classic. So um that's cool. But also, even though you go back and even though you go back and you go back and you do classic stuff and you go back, like it's still even though it's classic, but it's still the same representation of what they currently are. Like y'all went back and went classic and like completely like changed, like change all the things that y'all have done over recently. Hey, shout out to the shout out to the Heartbreak Kid for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. Off topic, can we get rid of these out of towners? Off topic, can we get rid of these out of towners? Please go home. Shout out Heartbreak Kid for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. I'm pretty sure you were referencing to all the people who are spring breaking in the city of Houston. Now, I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking about. One, when did the city of Houston become a spring break destination? Like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know how old or young people are in this live right now. Make sure they like button. More people jumping in. Make sure they like button. Hey, Chris, what's up, Kinfolk? Hey, I see you, Kinfolk. What's good with you, Kinfolk? Uh, um, I don't know where the rest of y'all are from as far as like the timeline. But I'm a millennial. And for me, when I think of spring break, you know what I'm saying? I think of like MTV type spring break, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm thinking like Miami being on the beach, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like partying like that, you know what I'm saying? Or hey, or I ain't never participate in the Kappa, but you know what I'm saying? I heard about the Kappa, you know what I'm saying? So like I think about things like that. It's not even the Kappa Beach Party. We're not even in the era of the Kappa, and it's going down during the Kappa. Like we're not even in that era no more. So why is all these out of towners coming out here to Houston, and then y'all going to the rodeo? Like again, don't get me wrong with the rodeo. Hey, I like the rodeo. The rodeo. Hey, I go out there and give me a fried cheesecake. I like the rodeo. Fun cake. We already know that. Hey, rodeo is fine, but also it is for children. It's for children. Now it's family. It's supposed to be family fun. It's supposed to be for children, not people out there. You know what I'm saying? Turn this into like you know what I'm saying. Y'all had turned this to the club. Like I mean, y'all out here, y'all turned this to Drink Houston. Y'all turned this to Metropolis. Y'all turned this to Club Hush. Y'all turned this to the Pink Monkey. Y'all turned this to the HK. You know what I'm saying? Y'all turned this to V Live. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, y'all turned into, you know what I'm saying, like something that this really ain't that. You feel me? Like I ain't even go to like I ain't even go. I ain't even go to rodeos yet. I mean, my girl, we normally go to the rodeo every year, and we was just talking about this like the other day, like on yesterday, the day before. We were like, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of cool if we don't go to the rodeo this year. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I don't really want to go to rodeo either. I'm like, yeah, because like it's like too much. Like it's too much. And the thing is, we normally go. Thing is too. Like when we actually go, so like especially when we go and like ride rides or go eat stuff like that. Like we normally go like wow. Like we normally go like through the week during the day when everybody at school. So we ain't gotta wait no long line. We don't be trying to be around the crowd anyway. We be trying to get in, get out. We trying to say she want her candy apple. Well, no, she want her phone cake. I want, you know what I'm saying, the cheesecake and with the steak kebab with the like the steak on the stick and stuff like that, the chicken kebab stuff like that. We want to go out there. We go out eat that food. You know what I'm saying? Ride a couple rides. Act like we big kids again. You know what I'm saying? Ride a couple rides and hey, go about our business. And y'all really like blew up the spot. And my thing is, why? and how? Like how did we get here? How did we get here to a point where it became this popular? How did we get here? How we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? Shout out Heartbreak Kid for Super Chat Love. Definitely appreciate that. I know it's off topic, ain't got nothing to do with sports. But I agree. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. But anyway, anywho, like I was saying earlier, man, like it's kind of another reason why Texas we got stuff together, and we definitely we got to we at the very least we got to get over that hump as far as championship game, because like that's the only like dig that like other teams in our division specifically can say, because like we got more division titles. We beat these teams like like with regularity. We beat these teams. Uh we beat these teams. Like we tied up the series with Tennessee. Like they did have they they did have the lead on us, and we tie them up. So we go out there, we go out there, we win, we sweep them this year. We got a 2-game lead. We already got the lead on Jacksonville. Indy's gonna be some. I got to the point. I don't think we'll ever probably catch Indy, because of Indy had that huge massive start with Peyton Manning. So if we ever catch them, cool. I don't know. And then also Indy also got a playoff win against us too. But so I'm not really worried about Indy. And the thing is, that's the thing. The team that actually should talk the most trash to the Texans don't. And that's the team I can't stand. I can't stand Indy. I don't have a problem with Tennessee. It's the team. I don't have a problem with Tennessee. I can't stand Tennessee fans. Now, it's actually the reverse with Indy. I don't have a problem with Indianapolis fans. I know a couple Indianapolis fans. They're not obnoxious at all. They're not obnoxious. They don't be bringing up Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck. They don't be bringing up that they beat us so many times. They don't be bringing up that. They don't even be bringing up they won a Super Bowl. Like, I don't have an issue with Indianapolis fans. I don't. Like they fan. I have no problem with their fans. I don't like the team. The team is a team that has always irritated me, because it's always some fluky Rosencopter type situation happening against us and them. There's always some fugazi weird thing that always happens in the game against them. So them themselves, the team, I can't stand. The fan base is delightful. Have no issue with their fans. Jacksonville fans. I mean, the whole Duval gets on my nerves. It's probably maybe like two or three Jacksonville fans that like, okay, like kind of like quote unquote like irritate me. Like and one of them, sad to say, like the only reason why I know who he is because he a Magic fan too, and he does Magic content. So like he does Magic content, and he does be knowing what go on with the Magic. But like when he talks football, he irritates me because he be acting like Jacksonville's done something. Like like he be acting like Jacksonville be doing something, which I don't know what he be watching, but it's not even like on some fan type stuff. Well, but anyway. Other than that, like Jacksonville, Jacksonville doesn't bother me. And like I said, Tennessee does not bother me because the team does not bother. The Tennessee team does not bother me. And to be honest, most Tennessee fans that's not on Twitter. The thing is this: Tennessee fans have not bothered me until this whole jersey situation. And this is the situation, because before the Tennessee fans never bothered me. I didn't care nothing about Tennessee fans. Again, I know a couple of Tennessee. My homeboy Tennessee fan. He doesn't bother me. But like the jersey situation is what kind of like made Tennessee fans want to come out there because like Tennessee fans weren't even talking like this. Tennessee fans actually weren't even talking like this when Derrick Henry was running all them yards for like 2 years. Tennessee fans ain't started saying nothing until we got our jerseys, and then they start wearing the Oilers jerseys, and then now. Other than that, and the thing is this too, like I ain't heard. I forgot all about Tennessee fans until last week. Like until the jersey, the whole jersey, and I knew about their jersey. Cause I seen their logo a month or so ago. So they just now. I'm like, oh, and now, I for like the last like 2 days, they won't shut up. Like, okay, but I blame y'all. I blame a lot of Texas fans because y'all be on Twitter like tag like not tagging but like requoting their stuff and with y'all own stuff and saying stuff on it and like that's how I see their stuff. It's because of the Texas fans. But other than that, like whatever, like whatever. But like I said, Indy doesn't bother me. Even old boy Chris in here, they being here, like he being here trolling again. He don't even bother me that much. Like he don't even bother me. Like I said, Indy fans for the most part be cool. For the most part, Indy fans be cool. The team itself, I can't stand. That I can't stand. But like I said, we got crossover that we got to get to the AFC Championship game because that's all they can say. Because again, that's all people want to say. Well, you ain't been to the AFC Championship game. So get to AFC Championship game. Y'all can't say nothing. We all done the same thing. We all went to AFC Championship game. All right, cool, and we win. So y'all can't say anything. So please sit down. We talking about y'all look at us like we the little brother. It's actually a bad. If y'all do think we y'all little brother, I'll humor you. Even if y'all do think we y'all little brother, I'll humor you. What does that have to say that your little brother is better than you? If we the little brother, what does that say about you that your little brother is better than you? Please, please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know. But man, appreciate everybody that came through here, man. Everybody came through here with the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. If you hit the like button already, man, thank you for appreciate you hitting the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, I'm gonna give you some more time. Make sure you hit that like button. If you hit the like button, I'm gonna give you some more time. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm gonna give you some time. Hit the like button right now. Already, man. Like I said, appreciate everybody that pulled up. If you haven't hit the like button already, I'm gonna give you some more time. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm gonna give you some more time. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm gonna give you some more time. Make sure you hit the like button. Already, man. Appreciate everybody that pulled up here, man. Appreciate everybody. If you ain't hit the like button already, man, get some more time, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Definitely appreciate that. Everybody hit the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Y'all know how much that means to me every time you hit that super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. Y'all don't understand, know how much that means to me every time you hit the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. So week one of Friends in the Books. Uh, like I told y'all, I'm going to be doing a like from now until maybe like a week or two before the draft. Be doing the mock draft, so I'm gonna be releasing. So make sure y'all check everything. So, hey, so one, make sure y'all follow me on all like social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter. Y'all already know the links in the description. Make sure y'all make sure y'all go on that links in the description. I'm going to be dropping on here on YouTube and also on those platforms, Instagram and Twitter. I'm going to be dropping my mock drafts. Like I said, they're going to be little reels, little shorts, however you want to call them. they're gonna be doing the mock drafts. I'm gonna do a mock draft 1, do a mock draft 2, do mock draft 3, mock draft 4, and probably like around mock draft 5 is when I'm gonna do a big official one. And I'm gonna do it as a regular video. Maybe do it as a live. I don't know, but do it as a regular video. We're gonna talk about exactly each pick and each move. We're gonna break it down even more. These mock drafts is gonna be just me doing just a little quick little. With pick 28, the Texans draft this player, this type, you know what I'm saying? He ran this like the school, whatever the case may be, just a little quick little boom, boom, boom on these players. Again, I'm not maybe when I do the final mock draft, I might do like a huge like round draft. But for the first couple, like the shorts, I'm not gonna do a huge mock draft because normally when I do even when I do my drafts for fun, I don't really go past the fourth, maybe fifth round every now and again because like it's so like convoluted, like so many moving parts, just by round by pick 28. Let alone we get all the way into the fourth round and we at pick 107. Like so many different moving parts have happened in the previous rounds and the previous picks that it's not going to be a complete accurate. Like I mean, it's plenty of times that people say, "Oh, you can get Tank Dell in the 7th round. You can get Tank Dell in the 5th round." We end up moving up in the 3rd to get Tank Dell, but the mock draft showing you that you can get Tank Dell in the 5th round because there's just so many different things. Like well, hey, this player here, they're going in the 1st round. Like Shador Sanders is going. Shador Sanders is going top 10 in the mock draft. Shador Sanders, 5th round pick. So again, understand there's nuances to that as well. I get to understand that, but that's also part of the thing, a part of like of real life. There's a lot of nuances that go into all these different type of things. So because of that, because of all these nuances and things going into that, that I'm not going to do just a huge mock draft. Maybe when I do my official one, will definitely trades will be in the mix because I do think that trades are going to be in the mix in the real draft. So we're gonna, like I said, so make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Also, I'm gonna do some breakdowns of depending on the like some player specific, some position specific for the draft as well. So you're gonna get those type of things throughout the season as well, throughout the draft process as well. So maybe what I'm saying, some names that I might not even have on my draft this draft, but hey, they might be on another one, and now y'all kind of got a little familiarity with them because I dropped the video talking about this specific player, talking about this specific position, and things like that. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Also, I have a video right now talking about Montgomery's role on the Texans and how he's a big, important part and how he's the perfect fit and exactly what the Texans needed in the running game. So make sure y'all go on the lookout for that. Like, I mean, it's already out. They ain't on the lookout for it right there. So like, after this, after y'all watch this, after this is over, y'all go right there and y'all look at that video. If y'all haven't seen it already, make sure y'all watch it. Make sure you like it. If you have seen it and you had like it, just watch it again. Just watch it again because it's good content. So make sure y'all pull up, y'all watch that, man. Appreciate everybody that came through here. Everybody hit the like button. Definitely appreciate that. Everybody hit the like button. Definitely appreciate that. Everybody hit the super chat love. Definitely appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't know exactly how much that means every time you hit the super chat love. That means a lot. Appreciate all that. Appreciate all the love and all the support. Like I said, make sure y'all go and check out them videos. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for these shorts and look out for these mock drafts. Hey, the Houston Texans, they did some good things. Could be a little bit better, but they're definitely doing some good things. Like, subscribe, have a comment below if you haven't clicked that bell, get my videos. I holla.